me hit record. Okay, so again, the third step that we were working on here again is really designed for creating the quick button for a search that you would run all the time. And again, this particular search that they do in this exercise is focused on the communication that happens sometimes after a malicious file is on the computer. Like I said, either reaching out to a command and control or reaching out to another computer to download a payload. So the search string is specific to that. And this is not something that I feel like I can thoroughly explain, but there was one spot, let me see if I can find it, and I think it kind of puts it in a little bit of basic terms here. Hang on one second. No, it's after the basics of the search. Gosh, why is that so big? Smaller. There we go. All right. Bear with me. Okay, so here we go. In figure 7, we see some indicators of infection traffic, but not every indicator of the infection is revealed. In some cases, an infected host may try to connect with a server that has been taken offline or refusing a TCP connection. These attempted connections can be revealed by including the TCP SYN, so obviously a handshake, right? In your filter by adding TCP flags, or this search string component, tcp.flags space EQ space 0x0002. Try the following filter on the same traffic. So you're adding those flags along with the SSL handshake being successful, right? Equaling or equal 1 means it's successful, I believe.
Okay.
And then it also does the not equal UDP port, I think, connection or segments on port 1900. And he goes into the detail as to why he doesn't include that. I'm sorry, I don't remember exactly what it is at the moment, but the long and the short of it, at the very end of this, he gives you 3 buttons that he creates. Here we go. So he creates a basic button, a basic plus, and then a basic plus DNS. And really the first part of each one of these is basically the same, but with each different search, he changes a little bit of what's in there to be able to do different modifications. Like clearly the third one actually gives us some DNS information as well, which is why he calls it basic plus DNS.
Richard, maybe I missed it, but what was that 1900?
So 1900 is the port number. So port 1900.
Got it. And do we know why he chose port 1900?
Yeah, he does say it in here. Hang on. Okay, here we go. HTTP traffic over UDP port 19 is
it's 1900. Okay.
SSDP. It is a protocol used to discover plug and play devices and is not associated with normal web traffic. Therefore, I filter this out using this expression. So he's filtering out that information, I believe, not to clog up the filter with
Right.
information he doesn't need.
Too much, yeah, information, exactly.
Now, again, is this something that we are going to be experts on and know to do this all the time? Probably not. But this is something that I'm sure this person has learned over a long period of time in doing this. So don't feel like you have to remember this or know this. These are things that you would be able to search for. And you may run a more simplistic search string that might give you the same information. You just have to filter through more packets. This one here is probably just from a lot more education and a lot more experience in creating these search strings for what you're looking for, if that makes sense. But let me get logged into my Kali here, and unfortunately, I'm probably gonna have to restart my Wireshark. Well, maybe not. I haven't really done anything. So I already have these buttons included on mine. So if anybody else actually were to have their Wireshark open, you'll see that right next to the filter bar, you only have a plus sign. You don't have the basic plus, and basic plus DNS. All you have is a plus sign. When you click on that plus sign, that gives you a drop down here that allows you to create a search string that you save as a button that goes right here. So let's say, for instance, let me go back real quick to, nope, not there. Get rid of that. Oh, goodness gracious. Here we go. So let's say I go back to the very beginning and just do a very basic one here. Here, we'll just http.request. So we'll just go with something simple. So if I wanted to, if I always look for this, if I always look for this particular request, sorry, I put that in the wrong spot. Dang it. I'm just gonna put HTTP. So I can create just a button, and when I hit OK, it's going to create a button over here called HTTP, and it's going to be this search string http.request. So again, when I say OK, look, now I have a button called HTTP, and if I have my entire packet here, when I click this button, it's automatically going to put that search string in there and run it. So all this portion is doing is creating a shortcut for buttons. Okay, does that kind of make sense? What I don't know, oh, there we go. So if you right click on the button, you can either edit it, disable it, or remove it. So I'm just going to remove that one. But in this particular case, if I go back to the questions here, these last two questions that were being asked are specific to the computer that downloaded the malicious file. And the IP of that computer was 10.11.11.203. So what he asked was, what public IP addresses did that Windows host attempt to connect over TCP after the executable file was downloaded? So what we're going to do is, we're going to use the apply basic plus filter, but we're going to add the and with the two IP addresses. So this is the IP address of the computer, and then the destination, we're taking out the 10.11.11.11 because that was, we don't want to see that one. We want to see the outside ones. So
Richard, how did you get the basic? I missed for a minute. I missed it.
no,
The basic and the basic plus.
So again, he gives them to us in this file, and he goes through exactly what those are. So, and I know that it's a little convoluted.
Got it. Okay.
At the very end, he actually gives you what those buttons are. So you got the basic button. This is the search string for the basic button.
Yeah, no, I meant on your Wireshark. You have those tab, right? Basic plus. How did you get the tab on your Wireshark? Those tabs, yes.
So this plus button right here.
I tried to do the exact same thing. I'm not getting it, so that's why I wanted to find out.
Yeah. So if you copy that string right here, you have to copy it all, including the parentheses. If you copy this, hit plus, and then you're going to put that filter right here.
Okay.
And you're going to name it whatever you want. I'm going to name it Bob's for just a minute. And then I'm going to say, okay, now I have a tab called Bob's. And if I were to look at that tab, or I'll tell you what, I'm just going to hit it and look what it did. It put that search string in there. Does that make sense? That's actually the exact same search string that's on basic.
Basic, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to delete Bob's because I don't need it. But does that make sense? I didn't confuse you more, did I?
No, I got it.
So again, in this particular search for this one question, I think he does mention why he uses this search criteria, if for a little better description. But we're gonna use the basic plus filter, but we're gonna remove, or we're gonna add this information and remove this IP address. So I've already got this copied, and I'm gonna actually clear out my filter, and I'm gonna use the basic plus filter. But then once it's done, I'm actually going to paste this here as well and hit enter. Okay, so now I actually have some different information, and I can either do this, I can go to endpoints and see what other endpoints are there, which I should, nope, that's giving me all of the endpoints, sorry.
Maybe you should go to statistics and
Well, the easier
protocol hierarchy.
Well, the easier part here is if you notice, there's only 2 IP addresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 138.201.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what it wants you to find the TCP, right?
Yep, these are the 2. So there's 2
TCP.
IP addresses that it connected to. It's these 2 right here. The 138.
Yeah.
201.6.195. And then 5.188.100.58. And again, that's he wanted us to find the 2 IP addresses that they connect with over TCP.
But you found it.
So those are the 2 IP addresses for that. Okay.
Okay.
Now the last one says, what is the host name and Windows username account on that IP address? So again, they're just wanting to know what is the username for this IP address. Well, this is a search string that you could copy, or that you could use. You could actually just type that in. As a matter of fact, if I were to clear out my filters and paste that search string, this is looking for the Windows login. So that's the Kerberos.cname string on the IP address that equals 10.11.203. And you can see that we have the Tucker Win 7 is that the PC name or the host name, or is that the login name?
It is PC name.
Why?
Because $sign.
Woohoo!
Fine, yeah.
So, and they were wanting the host name and the Windows user. So they were wanting both of those. So who was our user?
User Tucker.
Tucker.
Candace Tucker, yeah.
Yeah, Jason Tucker.
Yep, Candace Tucker. So there's our user and our host name for that particular IP address. So Candace Tucker, while logged into this computer, is the one that downloaded, or at least that's who was logged in on that Windows machine when that malicious file was downloaded. So she would be the one we'd reach out to and say, hey, just out of curiosity, did you by chance download this file? You know, we would have that communication with her and try to find out, was it, and we might look at endpoint solution. We might actually look and see, where, what were the processes involved in the download and so forth as well. So, and that gives us that gives us the a little bit more clear picture. And then of course, doing the research, the investigation, we could find out more pertinent information. And that finishes up that exercise. So we did most of this on Wednesday. And I just thought this section here would take a little bit too long for us to get through. So I didn't want to keep you guys till 9:30. So any questions?
Not really.
Okay. What were your thoughts on working this exercise? I know a lot of people said they liked it. So what were some of the things that you guys learned?
how to find IPs, how to find operation system, how to find what file was downloaded, um, that kind of
To
stuff.
use the search buttons,
Username,
way filters.
Yep.
username.
Yep.
Um,
We were able to create
Create,
easy
yeah.
access filter buttons, right? So yeah, fantastic, awesome. Well, let me go ahead and
MAC address. We found MAC address.
MAC address and the
MAC address.
manufacturer.
Manufacturer, the first three, yeah.
Yep.
Using Wireshark OUI, yeah.
We were also able to pull the file from the data stream from the packets as well, weren't we?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. And
Yep.
then we could, if we wanted to, we could take that file and upload it. Actually, you know what? We didn't do that the other day.
Sandbox it.
Yeah, just for grins and giggles, let me what was
The
the name?
TIFF file, right?
What was it? ABBA something?
Yeah, the TIFF, Abbas, Chavpas.
Yeah, actually we can just do, there we go. So
Yeah.
we can save that to downloads.
Yeah, you have it in your downloads.
I actually had deleted it because I reverted my system back. But minimize that, go away. All right, so there is our file. We obviously have our hash, so
Mhm.
we could go to where do we want to go for this?
Go to VirusTotal. Oh no, I mean the sandboxing. Go to hybrid analysis.
Yeah. Cuckoo doesn't work completely.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I thought I had done this, but I guess I didn't. Maybe I did. Hybridanalysis.com.
Yeah.
All right, so now that we have that, we can take our file. Where's our file? Downloads. Whoop. Drag and drop. Your email address. Yeah. I'm not a robot. Fire hydrant. Let's continue. 7. Generate.
Richard, the first company that you had the interview, was it Evolver?
Hang on 1 second.
Oh my gosh. Look at this.
So yeah, definitely running
Okay,
a hybrid analysis, we can, for sure see that it is a little bit malicious. VirusTotal, MetaDefender, CrowdStrike, Falcon. We've got SHA 256 here. Let's see, threat score is 98 out of 100.
Ooh.
Wow.
Bad.
Mhm. Trojan.
It's labeled as a Trojan.agent.
Mhm.
That's really just kind of a generic Trojan. Analyzed on 12/4/2019,
Mhm.
which kind of makes sense based on the timing because I think this exercise was from November.
Yeah, November.
You can see MITRE technique over there. Can you scroll down? MITRE.
View details. Yeah.
View all details. Can you click on it?
So here we go. Discovery, network scanning, remote desktop.
Okay.
There we go. Permissions required, user.administrator.system. Windows 7, 32-bit, detected increased number of ARP broadcast requests. So this was the indicator. They were looking at a bunch of additional ARP broadcast requests. And then reads terminal service related keys, often RDP related, so remote desktop.
Mm-hmm.
So lateral movement, this particular point. So this was again, keeping MITRE, this was the technique under the attack type, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like this was the technique under the attack type.
Okay.
Let's see, what else do we have?
Priya, are you a citizen?
Umi, yeah.
Why won't you apply for Leidos then?
Most of the jobs Lidos I'm applying requires clear